Jody Misiak here, and I just wanted to share a little bit about one of the things that have played such a big part in my life and in my self-love, on my self-love journey as well. And really has been, you know, the thing that's been woven in as I create a deeper loving relationship with myself. And this story goes back over a decade ago. I was teaching fitness classes at this beautiful dance studio, and they had, fitness classes as well. And I was teaching, and, so I had a full-time job, and then I would teach in the evenings. And I remember one time after finishing a class, or possibly heading to teaching a class, I'm not sure which way it was, but yoga class was ending. And this is before I really got into yoga. And I was watching people lay on the ground after in Shavasana, but at the time I had no idea what it was called or what they were doing. All I saw were people laying on the ground. I was going, I have no time for that. I have no time to lay on the ground and just be still. That's where I was over a decade ago, probably more than a decade ago now, actually, probably almost 12, 15 years. I'd have to look at a calendar and count back, but because my self-love journey really began about 12 years ago. Yeah, so it'd be even longer than that. Let's go with over a decade. So anyways, I would just look at that, and a friend of mine and I just giggled at like the thought of just laying there still. Well, it's in the stillness that we get to understand ourselves better, where we get to learn more about ourselves, when we have the chance to listen from within. I look back at the person I was back then, and I could like smack myself. Okay, love. But I laugh at who I was. I didn't want to feel. I didn't slow down enough in my life to really get to know myself. I was constantly running from myself, running from the thoughts in my head, running from my emotions. And it was probably one of the days, so probably a year or two later, maybe not even that long, I'm not quite sure the timeline exactly, but I know I was sitting down, at the time I was living with my grandma, and we were sitting down and watching Ellen, and Dr. Wayne Dyer was on, and he was mentioning his routine, and he really spoke to me. His amazing teachings still speak to me today. Like even when I find myself kind of floating or not really, I need to be grounded and really find my peace again and find my center. I listen to one of his books on audio, or I read one of his books, or meditate with him. Like there's so much knowledge that he shared with us. And so anyways, he was sharing on Ellen what his day was. And I remember this is something that stuck with me forever. Is like, didn't eat more than 26 grams of sugar. And it was all from natural. Anyway, so it's just these wonderful things. I'm sure that's when he probably talked about meditating too. And then I'm like, oh, what is this? And I went down that meditation, tunnel. Okay, well, at least I tried. So I remember laying in the basement of my grandma's house because I wanted to find quiet and somewhere peaceful. And I remember just laying there trying so hard to meditate. And then my grandma would call up, and I'd be frustrated that my meditation was broken and like stressed out and frustrated and just all these really negative emotions. And then like slowly I found my place when I did yoga and meditation, where meditation happened in Shavasana at the end of the class. And it was in the movement and in like making space through yoga and meditating. So those are two of the most beautiful things like that have helped me on my self-love journey, really to help create a deeper loving relationship with myself. And those are the reasons there's so much in my life now, why I'm finishing up my yoga teacher training, and why I've been working on a special project that has to do with meditations, because I was just going to share about how meditation has changed my life. But now that I think about it and are sharing with you, yoga and meditation together have changed my life. So it was when I went to a yoga class. I'm not sure when it stumbled upon. It was, I don't know where upon my journey that yoga fell into place there, after making fun of it, and how stillness, like how I could not lay still. I now love yoga. The girl that made fun of Shavasana slowing down, moving so slowly. Now it is less like boot camp, but like butts and guts. I took a butts and guts class, a boot camp. I don't do so hardcore workout now. I do yoga. So it's amazing. So even if you've made fun of something, doesn't mean you can't give it a shot. So yoga, yes, had like helped me. And I realized with meditation, I really love guided meditations. Now, just today, actually, I didn't feel like throwing on a guided meditation, but I just sat, closed my eyes, and focused on my breathing. So meditation doesn't have to be long. Meditation, you don't have to like stumble and find a guided one if that's not what you are up for, or you can do a combo of both, or you can just do all no like guided. I just found guided has helped me so much on my journey, and really just so because my head, I can get lost in my head a lot. So meditation has really helped me ground myself in the moment so that I can make space to discover who I am. And then the yoga really has helped. So like you're moving your body and breathing and meditating, and it's a really beautiful combo. So if you've never meditated before, I encourage you to try it. If you find that you can't sit still, try yoga instead and focus on your breath and try a little bit of Shavasana and, lean into it. And maybe if you stumble at the beginning, it's okay. Actually, it's perfect. It's called a practice. Like yoga is called a practice, and even meditating, you're showing up. And not every day is going to be great. I know a while back I was trying to meditate and I just couldn't leave my thoughts be. So sometimes we have to go for a walking meditation or just whatever it may be, dance. So sometimes it doesn't work out, and that's okay. Doesn't mean you have to give up. Little by little, you will get somewhere. So if you've, been kind of either maybe you've been putting a meditation on hold, it's been hard, finding the time, the quiet, get creative, go for a walking meditation. One of the most beautiful things I used to do, and it actually might have been before I actually started what, is called meditation, where like I always thought meditation, you had to be laying down or sitting in easy pose or, lotus pose or something, and anywhere like sitting and closing your eyes. But what I used to do is start taking a walk, and I would just, have no direction, just go. And I noticed things like the trees, like what the shapes are, the clouds, and I just go and be. And it was a really great way to de-stress for my busy, stressful work day. So it doesn't have to look like what you think it does. Do what feels good to you. And it's just about allowing space in your life to allow love in for yourself, for your life, for others, and really just help you create a deeper loving relationship with yourself. Because when you do, then you really just shine brighter and people can feel it. And it's incredible, and amazing things can happen when you take time for you and get to know yourself better. Those dreams start coming and flowing, and amazing things can happen. So try a little meditation today, or a little yoga, a little bit of both if you can, or just do like some focus on your breathing for a minute. Whatever feels good to you. Just know that meditation has opened amazing things in my life. I was going to say doors. I guess it is doors. Maybe I actually might have broke some walls. It has really, really helped me in my life in huge, big, beautiful ways. Now, do I meditate every day? No, especially lately. I definitely do an evening meditation, so I'm pretty good on that almost every day. But I'd like to actually do, more than once. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget. Or then, things get really stressful, and I'm like, ooh, got to get on that meditation pillow. Got to do what feels good to you. Okay, that's the most important thing. What feels good to you? Because if you're forcing, if you're pushing, like what I did at the beginning, what I thought meditation had to look like, it just added more stress. Meditation is not supposed to be stressful. And if you want to get to know a little bit more meditation, stay tuned, because I'm going to share some free meditations with you very soon. So stay tuned for that. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.